Hello sweet soul and happy new year. Today I would love to focus on a little bit of a reset yoga flow. We're going to flow intuitively without a script. So if you ever feel the need to move in different ways that I'm guiding you, I invite you to please do that. Otherwise, focus on your breath, enjoy and really listen to your body. Let's go. Let us start in a comfortable seated position. Finding grounding through your hips. Shoulders forwards, up, backwards, down. Keep them there. You can rest your hands on your legs or wherever it feels good. Maybe you want to grab your pad too. If it feels safe, close your eyes or lower your gaze. Start slowing down your breath, inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. 2 more, deeper and slower with each round. The last round may be the slowest and deepest one yet. On your next inhale, lifting your hands all the way up to the sky, maybe look up. And exhale, bringing your thumbs to your third eye. Maybe applying a little bit of pressure here. Using this moment to setting an intention for today's class. That could be an affirmation or anything that feels good, anything that relates to you right now. Maybe you want to introduce slowness into your day, mindful movement, intention. Deep inhale, imagine your intention strongly. Exhale, sliding down your thumbs, down your lips, down your throat to your heart space. Using this next breath to feel your heartbeat into your thumbs. Maybe you can feel the blood flow through your veins. Deep inhale. Let it go. One last breath here. Deep inhale. And exhale, maybe wrapping yourself in a little self-hug here. Embracing your self-love and know that you're worthy. Whenever you're ready, placing your right hand next to your right hip. Inhale, left hand goes all the way up and over, grounding into your left hip, and finding length through your fingertips, creating space in your left side body. If you're a little more open today, you can walk your right hand further to the right and finding a deeper stretch. But know that it's never about the depth of the pose, it's about the feeling and the intention that you put behind it. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale. Exhale, slowly return to center. On the next inhale, lifting your right hand up, and same thing on the other side. And grounding your right hip, length through your right arm, through your fingertips, depth of stretch in your right rib cage, and maybe walking your hands further away if accessible, if it feels good. Always respecting your current stage. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more breath, deep inhale. Exhale, slowly return. Now clasp your hands behind your back. If that works for you, you can always change your feet into a tuck position. Shoulders back and down, keeping a gentle bend in your elbow. And then start lifting your wrists away from your sacrum. Opening up your heart. Breathing deeply here. And slowly allowing your muscles to soften and to open deeper into this pose. The last round of breath. Deep inhale. Exhale, gently release. Bringing your hands in front of you. Elbows are aligned with your shoulders. There's a 90-degree angle on your elbows. And you're pressing your hands, your palms into each other. Elongating your neck. On your inhale, open up your heart. Bring your arms back in one line still with your shoulders. Exhale, close. Couple more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2 more. Deep inhale. Exhale. Last breath, slow down. Exhale. You can bring your arms above you, finding some intuitive movements, any shape or form that feels good. Somehow waking up your spine with some circles. Staying connected to your breath. Maybe you can release your hands and find a nice little thigh stretch. You can walk your hands a little further behind you. Engaging your glutes, lifting your hips up gently. Maybe you can keep an open heart. Feeling nice stretch in your thighs. Maybe you can look up. Or maybe you can drop your head behind you, whatever feels good. Deep breaths. Slowly come back up, return to center. Finding a gentle child's pose. Maybe quickly tapping at your toes. Toes together. Maybe take your knees further apart than usual. Slowly melting your hips towards your heels and including some intuitive movement. Maybe you want to shift your hips from left to right. You can always walk your hands further to the top of your mat, keeping your neck long. You can always find some different stretching by coming onto your fingertips. Finding any movement that feels good here, allow yourself to be curious and explore. Maybe with your breath you want to create some small waves across the upper body. On your inhale, rippling your spine forwards. On your exhale, melting back down. You can also make this movement bigger. Inhale, coming into your tabletop. Exhale, back to child's pose. Do a couple of whatever you feel feels good right now. And allow yourself to slow down and really feeling those transitions rather than focusing on getting into the pose. What do you need today? Which movement can you do for yourself today that feels good, that makes you feel loved by yourself? Last round, deep inhale. Deep exhale, melt back down. On your next inhale, roll forwards into your tabletop position. Your wrists are below your shoulders, your fingers are spread wide. Your knees are below your hips width apart. On your inhale, drop your shoulders back and down, drop your belly down. Lift your sacrum and your heart space. Exhale, push through your hands, round your back. Maybe you can look towards your navel and round your spine. Inhale, and shoulders back and down, dropping the belly. Exhale, press through your upper body. One more, inhale. And exhale. Focus on how slowly you can move and with how much attention to detail you can move your body as well. Returning back to your neutral position. Now I want you to extend your left leg. Drop the foot so that it's aligned with the bottom of your mat. And maybe also gently tilting up your right foot behind you. Making sure your right elbow is in, making sure your right wrist is below your right shoulder. Inhale, left hand all the way up. Maybe looking up. And exhale, bringing a hand above you. Finding another nice side stretch here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Maybe you can reach even further with your fingertips far away. Deep inhale. Exhale, return back to center. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, right hand all the way up. Exhale, bringing your arm above you. Deep breaths here. You're doing great. Last round of breath. On your exhale, gently coming back out. Back into your tabletop position. Inhale, lifting your left hand up. Exhale, thread the needle. Maybe you can come onto your left side of your head. Maybe you want to place your fingers of your right hand above you. Doing anything that feels good. Making sure you're pulling your navel to your spine though, to create a healthy twist. Deep breaths here, even if you're more restricted due to the twist. Lovely, one more deep breath. Exhale, returning your right hand back to your face if you moved it. And on your inhale, pressing your left hand up. Exhale, return to center. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, lifting your right hand. Exhale, thread the needle, finding your variation. Deep breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhale, getting ready. Inhale, pressing through your left hand, rising your right hand. And exhale, return to center. Maybe including some intuitive movements here. Anything that feels good, really take your time to explore and feel. And whenever you feel like you have enjoyed enough of your intuitive movement, you can always pause and continue. Tuck your toes. Make sure your knees are hip-width apart and start walking your hands to the top of your mat, melting your heart down to the floor. Finding length and deep stretch in your shoulders and your front body. You can place your forehead on the floor, or if it feels better, maybe bring your chin onto the mat. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Making sure your shoulders are about shoulder width apart on your next inhale. Rolling forwards, coming onto your belly, finding your Sphinx pose. So maybe you bring your feet hip width apart or beyond if that feels better in your lower back. Allowing to get out all of your wiggles. Bringing your shoulders back and down. Pressing your palms into the mat and pulling them towards you without moving your hands. Just so that you can pull your heart space more through your upper arms. Your neck is long, so look towards the front of your mat. Deep inhale, push the floor away from you. Exhale, hold. Inhale. And exhale, melt to the floor. Bringing your fingertips next to you, about shoulder height or a little higher if that feels better. On your next inhale, I want you to ripple up into your intimidation style cobra. Shoulders back and down. When you reach the top, your glutes are engaged. And exhale, melting back down. A couple of fluid movements here, moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, surrender back down. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Noticing really how your body opens up with each round. Inhale. And allowing your heart space to open. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. Melt back down. Placing your hands below your shoulders. Bringing your shoulders back and down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, melt back down. Next one, either repeat the same that you just did, or coming into an upward facing dog. So pressing the tops of your feet into the floor, your glutes are really engaged, your core is engaged, shoulders back and down, lifting your heart space through your hands and pushing your hands into the floor. Deep inhale. And exhale, pushing yourself back into your first downward facing dog. Taking your time here, you can keep your knees bent. Feet are hip width apart, our toes are touching. Maybe you can walk your dog out, finding some space in your hamstrings. Finding length in your spine and really pressing the floor away from you. Staying connected to your breath, staying true to your intention. Now holding your downward facing dog for one breath here. You can keep your knees bent, or maybe you want to flex your toes, finding some extra space here. Making sure your shoulders are still pushing through, pushing the floor away from you. Deep inhale. And exhale. Bringing your toes together. On your next inhale, come onto your toes and roll forward slowly, one vertebra at a time, into your high plank. You're stacking your shoulders above your wrists. Exhale, bending your knees and pushing yourself back up into your down dog. Body waves. A couple more. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, move backwards. Moving fluidly, but intentionally. Inhale, roll forwards. And notice what your body is saying. Embracing all the wiggles if there are some. Enjoying the journey. Deep inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, roll back. Do this next one as slowly as you can, and if you want, coming into your upward facing dog instead of stopping at high plank position. Exhale, last downward facing dog. Now looking between your hands and traveling to the top of your mat. You can step slowly up or hop or jump, whatever you enjoy today. Finding your forward fold, so your knees are bent, feet are hip width apart, and you're letting yourself hang heavy above your thighs. Maybe nodding and shaking your head, releasing any tension. And maybe starting to walk out your legs here if that feels good. If not, don't do it. On your next inhale, lifting up halfway. Maybe you can come onto your fingertips or walking your hands somewhere up your legs, finding a straight back. Shoulders are back and down, and you're straightening your back as far as you can. Exhale, fold back down. Two more. Inhale in your own way to your halfway lift. Exhale, melting back down. Last round, deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rolling up one vertebra at a time into your mountain position. Gently tucking your pelvis, engaging your core. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart space. We're going to move through two sun salutations here, unless you want to do something else. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold of your choice. Inhale, your halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back with your left foot. Your wrists are shoulder width apart below your shoulders. Your right one. Maybe lowering your knees to the floor, untucking your toes. Inhale, shift forwards. Exhale, halfway down into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Moving through one body wave if that feels good. Inhale, shift forwards. Exhale, shift back. Traveling back to the top of your mat into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. You're doing great. Inhale, lift up into your mountain position, hands up and over. And exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, lifting your hands back up, maybe incorporating a little back bend here, engaging your glutes, lifting from your heart space. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, grounding your hands, stepping back with your right foot this time, then the left. Inhale, shifting forwards. Exhale into your chaturanga. Inhale, outward facing dog or cobra, engaging your glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking one deep breath here, notice how you feel. Coming through one more body roll. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, move back. Inhale, lifting your right foot all the way up. Really pressing through your left toes, finding a three-legged dog, pressing through your hands. And exhale, hold, engaging your right glutes. Deep inhale. Exhale, bend at your knee, open up your hips. Maybe you want to bring your heel on your left foot down to the floor. Whatever feels good, opening up your hips. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more round of breath here. Exhale, bringing your knees back together and evening out your hips. Inhale, lifting your right leg all the way up and straighten. Exhale, shifting forwards, keeping your right foot lifted and coming onto your left side, finding your side plank. Your choice, you can find any shape or form that feels good for you. One deep breath. Exhale, hold. Maybe you wiggle around, maybe you fall out. Enjoy. One deep inhale. Exhale, bringing your right foot behind you, lowering your hips, making sure that your left foot and your left hand is aligned. Inhale, lifting all the way up, finding your wild thing. Going as deeply as you want, your glutes are engaged, your heart is opening up. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Last round of breath. On your exhale, slowly returning to your side plank. And then bringing your right foot forwards, stepping into your low lunge, untucking your toes or keeping them tucked if that feels good. Inhale, lifting your hands all the way up. And exhale, sink deeper, your left glutes are engaged. Keep breathing here. Shoulders back and down, gently tucking your pelvis. Deep inhale. Exhale, stay here, or if you want, bringing your right hand back down, finding another yummy side stretch here. Deep breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, return with your hands. And on your next exhale, bringing your hands to heart space. Inhale. On your exhale, moving a little bit out of your low lunge, bringing your left elbow onto the right outside edge of your knee, finding a twist, pulling your navel to your spine. Maybe you can look forwards or back. Deep breath here, your left glute stays engaged. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Try to surrender. Doesn't mean it's easy. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Gently release on your next inhale, lifting your hands all the way up. Exhale, shift into your half split. You can keep your front leg bent, making sure you're flexing or pointing your toes so that your ankle is engaged. And make sure that your hips are even so that one side isn't poking out more than the other. I invite you to try some intuitive movements here as well. I really enjoy opening and closing my left side of my hip. I'm on my fingertips. You can walk your hands closer to your body if that makes it easier, or further away if you enjoy like a little forward fold. Remembering your intention, remembering your breath, and to meet yourself where you are right now. Enjoying the journey to a deeper stretch, to a more mindful movement, to a stronger connection to yourself. Deep breath. Last round of breath. On your next inhale, slowly shifting back forwards, bringing your hands on the inside of your right leg. Heel turning your foot out to the side of your mat so that your toes are slightly pointing out further than your heels are. You can move from left to right with your hips here as well. Try to straighten your back, finding a nice deep stretch here. You can tuck your toes if that feels better. Just really listen to your body and appreciate what it's telling you, respect what it's telling you, and go from there. If you're feeling open today, you can come onto your forearms. Maybe you want to keep shifting from left to right if that feels good. Or staying up on your hands. There's no right or wrong. Only feeling good or feeling uncomfortable. If anything is hurting, definitely back off. If it's uncomfortable, maybe breathe through it instead. So you can stay here now, or you can come onto your toes and shift forwards and backwards, or you can bring your left arm in aligned with the top of your mat, lifting your right hand all the way up, bending your left foot, and maybe you can reach towards your leg. Not giving yourself a leg cramp like I just did. Ooh. And then finding a nice twist, making sure your left glutes stay engaged and that you keep pulling your navel towards your spine. Deep breath here. Exhale, maybe pulling your foot a little closer. Whatever feels good, really. It's not important how deep you come into the pose, just enjoy the stretch. Last round of breath. Exhale. On your inhale, gently release, coming all the way up in case you came down. And then heel toeing your right foot over to the left side, bringing your knee to the floor, and finding your pigeon pose. If this is too much, come onto your back and do a figure four with your right leg up. Flexing your right toes, making sure that you're engaging your left glutes, and maybe you want to shift a little from left to right. I really feel like it's opening up the hips more and you can come into a deeper stretch and explore different ways that you can experience the stretch. You want to make sure that your right knee is aligned with your hip and that your left ankle is aligned with your left hip. And the closer you bring your right heel to your left groin, the easier it gets, and the further you bring your toes up, the more intense it gets. I don't want to say easy because it's definitely not an easy pose, but less challenging maybe. Choose what feels good. Speaking is not my strength today. Maybe you want to come up and include like a frontal stretch as well. Or maybe you want to walk your hands forwards and coming into your sleeping pigeon. Maybe you want to stay here or come into your forearms. Maybe you want to extend your arms out all the way, come into your forehead. Whatever feels good. I know I see it all the time, but I feel like we need to be reminded of it. Often we just push through to achieve something that is not even aligned with what our body would like or would need. So just be kind to yourself. Enjoy a few more breaths here. Closing your eyes if you feel safe. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. On the next inhale, slowly moving upwards, coming back up into your low lunge, into your half split, staying in your half split and finding stillness, or you want to move forwards and try to come into your split. Make a nice deep hip opener. As you can see, I'm still doing some intuitive movement from left to right, just enjoying the stretch in any muscle that I can find. My front toe is flexed so that my ankle is protected. My left glutes are engaged so that my lower back is protected. My pelvis is gently tucked, making sure your hips are even. You can also flex your back foot if that feels better. Just explore a little bit. You can always shift from left to right too. Maybe you want to find a gentle forward fold. Couple deep breaths here. Inhaling through your nose. Exhale, maybe you can soften it a little more. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Next inhale, walking your way back up. And then if you went into your split, coming back into your half split. Inhale, shifting forwards. Heel toeing your right foot to the side. And then I like stepping into my malasana. So heels are closer towards each other while toes are further apart, sinking your hips down. I like to come onto my elbows and pushing my knees out while moving from left to right. But you can also just try to straighten your back, place your elbows in your inner thighs, helping them open through that, and just opening up your heart space, lengthening your spine. Wherever you are, deep breaths here, and using your breath and your slowness to open up your hips a little more. Couple more rounds of breath. On your next inhale, pressing through your legs all the way up. And exhale, hands back to heart space, feet back to hip width apart. Deep inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step, hop, or float back through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now for the same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg all the way up, finding strength, lifting your toes high, pressing your right toes into the floor, and keeping your hips even, pressing through your shoulders. And exhale, hold. Deep inhale. And exhale, maybe you want to come onto your right heel, opening up your hip. Keeping your shoulders aligned. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Last round of inhale. Exhale, bringing your knees back together, evening out your hips. Inhale, straightening through your legs. Exhale, finding your three-legged plank. Shifting onto your side plank. Finding your variation and hold. Deep inhale. And exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, stepping with your left foot behind, lowering your hips. Inhale, wild thing. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly coming back through your side plank, taking your time, stepping with your left foot forwards into your low lunge. Maybe you want to keep your right foot tapped or untucked, engaging your right glutes and lifting up your hands to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, maybe you can sink a little deeper, making sure your pelvis is gently tucked and your core is engaged, your belly is, your navel is drawing towards your spine. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Again, if you want to stay here, go for it. Or deep inhale. Exhale, left hand to the floor and right hand up and over, finding a nice side stretch. Deep inhale. Exhale. Last round. And exhale, coming back up, lifting your hands all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart space. Deep inhale, maybe gently coming out of your pose a little bit. And exhale, right elbow Deep breath. Deep exhale. Inhale. And exhale, you got this. Inhale. Exhale, starting to gently release. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, finding a half split, your variation. You can again come into the intuitive movements if that felt good to you. Making sure to really listen to your body. If you need to bring in your hands a little more, go for it. If you bend your knee a little more, go for it. Just making it feel good. Really using this time to reconnect to yourself and allowing yourself to fully listen instead of letting your ego lead. Because that's one thing that often happens and you're like, oh, but I can't do this pose, I was able to do it yesterday, or I saw this person do it on Instagram, and you're just like, no. Don't do it, do what feels good. We're not here to compare or to judge, we're here to feel and explore. Last round of breath. Maybe you want to walk your hands forwards into your forward fold for a moment. On your inhale, shifting forwards, bringing both hands on the inside, heel-toeing your left foot out. Maybe you want to tuck your right toes, finding your lizard variation. Maybe again, moving your hips open and close, left to right. Elongating your spine, looking towards the front of your mat. Just noticing that with every movement, with every exhale, your body surrenders just a little more, finding that relaxation state instead of the fight or flight. Or maybe you want to come onto your forearms, whatever feels better, not forcing anything. You can continue with your intuitive movements. Maybe you want to tuck your toes, again shift forwards and backwards wherever you are. Or incorporating your gentle twist, bringing your right arm aligned with the top of your mat, left hand up, and exhale, grabbing onto your right foot this time, engaging your glutes, your navel's pulling towards your spine, and you gently open up to the sides. Maybe your spine is nicely cracking here. Deep breath. Exhale, exploring the depth, exploring the discomfort, and just breathing through it. Last round of breath. On your exhale, gently release, coming back up if you can, down, walking your foot over to the right side, finding your pigeon, or finding a figure four, whatever you did before, whatever you want to try. Your left side is aligned, your right side is also in one line. Flexing your left toes, engaging your glutes, pulling your navel to your spine. You can again shift from left to right. Or if today your body is asking for stillness, just surrender. Staying connected with your breath. Deep inhale. Exhale, maybe you want to fold forwards. Extending those arms. Or do whatever feels good. I like to create a pillow sometimes with my arms and just rest my head on it. Keep breathing. Last round. On your next inhale, walking your hands back up if you fold it forwards. And coming back onto your low lunge. Exhale, half split. Staying here to find stillness. Or maybe you want to slide into your splits. Noticing how both sides feel different and just appreciating that. It's normal and it's okay. Engaging your right glutes, Inviting some intuitive movements. Maybe really lengthening through your spine here. Feeling that deep stretch. Or maybe you want to fold forwards and rest here for a little bit. You can always find some stillness. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, walking up, and now opening up your hips, coming sideways onto your mat, into like a nice wide-legged seated position. You can move a little back and forwards, opening up those groins a little more. Notice how I have my feet pointed. Tucked. You can also point them though, just keep them engaged. I like to place one hand in front of me and one hand behind so that I can push myself forwards to get deeper into the pose. Because my hips are very open, but your middle split doesn't have to look like that. You can stay here, finding any movement that feels good. I like to bring my hands in front of myself and just shifting my hips forwards and backwards. Noticing anything, any feeling, staying respectful to your current stage. That's so good. You can always come onto your forearms too, or play with any other pose that feels better right now, or that your body's desiring more. Is really learning how to listen to your intuition, to your body's messages, and to your wants and needs. Slowly coming back up, grabbing onto the outside edges of your legs, coming into your butterfly pose for a moment. I'm really sore from my leg day the other day, so I'm feeling this one. I like to shift from left to right, having my feet flexed, placing my elbows on my thighs, not on my knees. And then you can always pull yourself a little further down if that feels good. I really enjoy those micro movements. That is really one way for me to reconnect with myself or explore different ways of stretching and the challenges of my body. Are the things that feel good or are comfortable. You just realize that even the difficult moments and the uncomfortable moments will pass, and that there's nothing to be worried about because you are strong and capable, and there is nothing wrong with you. Alright, slowly coming back up, feeling forwards, bringing your knees together once more, coming back into a kneeling position. Knees are hip-width apart, toes are pointing backwards. I want you to tuck your pelvis, engage your core, pulling your navel to your spine. Shoulders back and down, fingers are above your glutes, as if you were to put your hands into your back pockets, or fingers facing upwards if that feels better. Pulling your elbows towards each other, lifting from your heart space. And maybe you can gently push your hips forwards while making sure you're really keeping your glutes engaged, coming into a gentle camel. So whatever variation feels good for you, taking a deep breath here. Deep breath. Exhale, slowly coming out. Lift, bringing your hips back down onto your feet, grabbing onto your heels, crown of your head on the floor, lifting your hips while holding your heels, and coming into your little opposite stretch. Feels really good here. Deep inhale, and exhale, sinking your hips back to your heels. And now, same thing, another round of camel, whichever one you prefer. If you want to try something else, and keep your hands on your heels, go for it. Inhale, shoulders back and down, glutes are engaged, lifting from your heart space, you got this. And really open up your heart. releasing all worries, all anxiety, all grief up into the air. Let it blow away by the wind. Deep breath here. Exhale slowly, come back out. One more round of rabbits, bringing the crown of your head back on the floor, holding onto your heels. And maybe also want to shift from left to right here, if that feels good. And whenever you're ready, you can find your Shavasana or Child's Pose or any restorative pose that your body's craving right now. You can also turn on some music and play a little further if that feels good. Maybe you want to do some inversion practice or some more back bending or some more hip opening. Just really surrendering to whatever you need today and right now at this moment. What else can you do right now to be present and just enjoy your movement, enjoying being yourself and just being here. Couple more deep breaths. Once more, remembering your intention. Maybe you can say thank you to yourself. I love you.
If you feel inspired to continue your mindfulness journey, please follow this desire of prioritizing the time you're creating for yourself and join me on your mats for more yoga, meditation, breath work, or travel yoga vlogs. The love and light in me, see and honor the love and light in you.